Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making a beet salad. Now I would consider this a superfood meal. This not only supports your immune system, it can also lower your blood pressure and improve your digestion. And on top of all that, it tastes amazing. If you're looking for a way to incorporate beets into your diet, try this recipe. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, so diving right into this recipe, we're gonna start off with the star of the dish. We're gonna need 8 medium-sized beets, and we're gonna chop off the ends, including the stems and leaves. And we also wanna scrub down the outer part of each beet thoroughly with a paper towel. And while we're cleaning the beets, we wanna preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius. We want to wrap each beet individually in aluminum foil and then place them onto a baking sheet. We're gonna bake these in the oven for about 50 to 55 minutes. And while those are baking, we're gonna prepare the dressing for this recipe. So in a large size bowl, we wanna whisk together half a cup's worth of balsamic vinegar with half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, whisking them vigorously until they're well combined. This creates the dressing for our recipe. We're going to reserve about half a cup's worth of this dressing for coating the arugula. So after the 55 minutes of baking, we want to remove the beets from the oven and unwrap each beet and allow them to cool for 10 minutes. You'll know they're done when you can insert a sharp knife easily into the middle of the beet. So once they've cooled for about 10 minutes, we want to peel them. And note, if you don't want the surface you're peeling them on to get stained, you want to peel them over either aluminum foil or parchment paper. And don't be like me, if you don't want to stain your fingers, you should wear some powder-free nitrile gloves. But once they're all peeled, we want to slice the beets into about 12 equal-sized wedges and then place them all into a large bowl. We want to add in the bulk of our dressing into that bowl and make sure we toss the beets around so that they can fully absorb all that flavor while they're still warm. Now in a separate large bowl, we want to add in about 4 cups worth of baby arugula and add in that half a cup's reserved of the dressing we made earlier, tossing the arugula with the dressing until it's evenly coated. For garnishment to the salad, we're also going to use about a 1/3 cup's worth of sliced almonds. I like toasting them to add some more flavor to them. And then we're also going to need about 4 ounces worth of goat cheese. You want to chop that up so it's nice and crumbled. For creating the beet salad, we want to take a serving bowl, add in as much arugula as you want. We're going to top that with our marinated beet slices, some almond slices, as well as the goat cheese. You can also drizzle on some additional dressing if desired. Season this with salt and pepper to your own personal taste. This recipe makes about 4 to 6 large servings, and with that, it's ready to be enjoyed. Congrats, you just made a delicious beet salad right at home. For a tip or a variation on this recipe, you can also shred the beets, but I like serving them as wedges. The dressing is really the star of the dish, so make sure you get that right. Prior to adding it into the arugula as well as the beets, you want to make sure you give that dressing another whisk so that all the ingredients are still well combined. But when you do try this at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish.
As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make a beet salad, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button too to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends.
And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make a really tasty and easy dessert my ginger snap recipe. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. You can always check out more on my page now. YouTube thinks you like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Cuisine. And until then, peace.